Why did Marvel Rivals decide to do a third-person shooter? Well, Dev Talk Volume 2 is out as of May 1st. Let's take a look. Hello, my dears. I am your favorite purple lady, Amethyst Lady, and we are back with another awesome Marvel Rivals video. Today, we're going to be going through Dev Talk number 2. This was released on May 1st, and these Dev Talks are important because we love transparency. So the devs are being very transparent, and one object of discussion has been, why not do Marvel Rivals as a first-person shooter? Why'd you decide to do a third-person shooter? So this Dev Talk goes through that in detail. Me, personally, I tend to find that I like third-person shooters more. I mean, I've played a lot of third-person shooters. I've played Fortnite way back when it was pretty much new. As a battle royale. I've played Amazon's Crucible. I've played Rogue Company, and I still play Rogue Company from time to time. Vampires the Masquerade, Blood Hunt, remember that one? I still turn that one on every so often. And even Spellbreak. I did play a lot of that too. So I've found that I gravitate toward third-person shooters, so this will be a really good way to not only get the thoughts of the devs, but to see if their reasons for doing Marvel Rivals as a third-person shooter is similar to my reasons why I gravitate toward third-person shooters. There are a lot of people who I've encountered that swear by first-person shooters. They won't touch a third-person shooter with a 10-foot pole, but it would be nice to see what the thoughts of the devs are and maybe see if I'm on the same wavelength on why I tend to give third-person shooters a try and why I tend to really like them quite a bit more. All right, so let's get into the Dev Talk. So it says, since Marvel Rivals' inception, we've been tackling one big question. How do we bring superhero combat to life for players? We brainstormed like mad scientists, and one thing we kept coming back to was the need to see the heroes you're playing as. It's all about fully embodying your favorite hero or villain, kicking butt in combat, and savoring the sweet taste of victory. This is the experience Marvel Rivals aims to deliver. I can agree with that. There's something about being able to see who you're playing that you obviously don't get in a first-person shooter. Like being able to see the outfit that maybe you bought or you earned, or see the way that the powers come out. There's something really cool about it, in my opinion. But let's continue. In Marvel Rivals, shooting isn't about guns. It's about quick targeting, executing attacks, be it ranged or melee, and feeling the rush of unleashing those ultimate abilities. We're all about that full 3D spatial combat freedom, and we want players to feel the raw power of their favorite heroes zipping around, using powers, and taking down foes with style. To achieve this, we've decided early on to pursue TPS, that's third-person shooter, as our combat core. It's the perfect way to showcase the unique abilities and mobility of our heroes. You'll see every punch, every blast, every spectacular move imaginable as you battle it out. The pace is off the charts as allies and foes zip, zoom, and zing across the battlefield, making every moment a thrill. With the third-person view, you'll always have a front row seat to the action while witnessing the real-time environment destruction, giving you the edge to strategize, support, and synergize with your team to dominate the game. So they do talk about the mobility, and they also talk about the pace. Maybe those are two things that might throw some people off, and maybe some people feel like if I'm in first person, I can deal with it better than being in third person. especially like since there's going to be melee in Marvel Rivals as well. Some people might just feel like they're not really designed to handle that unless it's in a first person view. So I kind of get it. But then again, you also have to think about maybe people, if they were in first person, since mobility is going to be a really big thing, might get motion sickness. Like, I know there's been plenty of games that have come out where people have said that they can't play it because of the motion sickness, and third person does alleviate that problem. So, and this is kind of interesting. This is all just really interesting how it's going to work out, but let's continue. Of course, adopting third-person shooter didn't come without its challenges. Marvel superheroes and villains come in all shapes and sizes, from the towering Hulk to the tiny Rocket Raccoon. Just don't tell them that. And let's not forget about their crazy cool powers. We've got ground pounders, sky-soaring flyers, wall-crawling wonders, and even some special things you haven't seen yet. Trust us, making sure they all look amazing is no small feat. We've been playing around with camera rules, tweaking positions, adjusting FOV, which is field of view, and fine-tuning hero performances to make sure they all shine. And as always, we're looking for feedback to make each one even better, so be sure to let us know. The feedback's going to be really, really important, especially for those who do get into the closed alpha test, because they not only want you to see how good the game is and to see how good your character looks while playing the game, but if there's anything that's like wrong with the camera or that can take away or be a pain point in that experience, the feedback is definitely going to help make the experience and the product more polished. So that's going to be like a huge thing that they're going to need. They're going to need the feedback. And they're going to need more feedback than just make it first person shooter. That's not going to help. And I'm judging by this, it seems like they're pretty dug in, if I may say so, on third person shooter. So let's continue. Another challenge is encouraging players to switch from first person shooter to third person shooter. If you're used to first person shooter games, leaping into our third person shooter realm might feel a bit like going into a whole new world. You may see little time to adjust to some new elements, like dealing with your character obstructing the left field, resulting in different aiming and shooting experiences, disparities between anticipated skill usage distances, and the potential for players to gain additional visibility by utilizing cover. We've got your back, though, as we're constantly tweaking things to make the transitions as smooth as possible. So be sure to let us know how we're doing and what we can do to make Marvel Rivals the ultimate superhero team-based PvP shooter. Now, by that last paragraph, to me, they get it. They understand. Like, they know there's going to be some pain points. They know that it's going to be really hard to encourage those who like first-person shooter to try a third-person shooter. What I will say as someone who has played both, and, I guess one of the most iconic ones at this point is Overwatch. I've played a lot of Overwatch. I still tend to prefer third-person shooter view, but I get it from the perspective of someone who plays first-person shooters. Either way, I would say still try it out. Give it a try, like especially if you gain entry into the closed alpha test, and obviously there's a lot of interest in it. So if you get in, definitely go in with an open mind. Express what you do and don't like about it, but do not expect them to just go from third person to first person. That's just not going to happen. Like, be realistic with the feedback, but they're open. They want to make this experience really, really good. And if you find that third person isn't for you, that's okay. Everything doesn't have to be for everybody. And realistically, one of the best ways to carve out an audience or to appeal to the audience you're trying to reach is to niche down. And third person is definitely a decision that will bring in players who either love this or they're open to trying it. And if you're open to trying it, you might find out you love it. So that's my feedback. I want to know your feedback. Definitely let me know down in the comments. One other thing I want to say is there is more. They say for more information about us, check out the social channels. Definitely, if you have not done so, check out the Discord. The Discord is a wonderful place. The Marvel Rivals Discord is just awesome. I'm not going to fully divulge why. You'll just have to get in and see for yourself. And if you do, let them know AmethystLady sent you. And you might even see me. Feel free to say hi in the Marvel Rivals Discord. But let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait for more dev talks and more information on Marvel Rivals. Until next time, my dears. Bye.